the breathwork session today, and you
Mhm.
were talking about the feeling that you had in the holding of the breath.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the first time that I ended up being aware that I had lost awareness of my body, because the other two times when we were asked to hold our breath for as long as we could and then gently sigh it out, then I just got to the point where it's like, okay, now it's time to breathe again and let it out, sort of thing. This time, it just happened. And that's what brought me back into awareness that there's a body participating in this experience. There's breath that is occurring. It was so wild just to like be drawn back into that awareness by that happening, rather than, hey, it's time to breathe now. It was really neat.
Yeah. Yeah, right on, right on. Well, here we are. What's up, Spirit?
Woohoo.
I'm Sheri Hauser, brand steward at Victoria Truth Center, here with Reverend Lesia Kohut, spiritual director. And this is our semi-regular weekly recording. What's
Mm.
up, Spirit? And we're somewhere along the journey. Maybe it's episode 17. I don't really remember. And that's okay, because we're not here to be perfect. We're here to be present.
Mhm.
And that brings us into talking about our breath and the breath of life experience we just shared virtually with Alex King Harris of Evolve Well. And
Mhm.
what a treat that was. And we
Mhm.
were just starting our conversation right there. And I was finding a new place of calm and peace in the out breath, where I sat in the nothingness. And I was realizing that it's been a couple of months since I've been that comfortable
Mm.
relaxing into the not needing to breathe. And this time, I wasn't even tracking the discomfort or the need to breathe. I actually pictured myself floating in a lake, in a mountain lake, and there were these gentle ripples coming out from around my body as I lay flat, floating on the surface of the lake. And in that space, I felt so much peace. And I was able to really let the water hold me
Mm.
and feel cared for and almost oxygenated through the water. And there was no effort in the not taking a breath yet,
Yeah.
until my body just softly decided to inhale again.
Mhm.
What a treat.
Mhm.
So, bringing us into this new moment and the fact that we're here recording one of our favorite experiences that we've been doing together. What is showing up for you, Spirit? What do you want to share today with our community?
There are so many things that are just sort of like right here and available to be, shared. What really just struck me though, as you brought up, you offered the word present or presence. And yesterday at Elevate at VTC, our Wednesday night gathering, we were in our sharing time of our theme, which is rising above this month. And the affirmation is, as I let go, I rise above, or in letting go, I rise above. And one of the shares that came up was that this individual realized that as she lets go of whatever it is, thoughts, beliefs, stories, expectations of how she should be, how someone else should be, like all of this stuff, as she lets go, what she's left with is the present moment. Like that's it. There's nothing else but right here, right now. And she offered that now that that awareness is like crystal clear, that she had opportunity after opportunity to actually be present with her son again and again and again in ways that she hasn't necessarily experienced before. And it was just by letting go of anything that would pull her out of the present moment. And by letting all of that go, there was this deepened connection and authenticity, one of your words, that was experienced by just honoring what is. And I just thought that was such a beautiful and profound share, and something that I feel a lot of us could become more aware of. That it's not just about letting go to feel lighter, letting go so that we can open up to new ways of being. It's about letting go of anything that gets in the way of us being right here, right now, with whatever or whomever is happening along with us. So that's what I'm feeling into. What's coming up for
Mm.
you?
Well, just hearing that, what showed up for me, I was sharing with Kevin last night. We were walking through Beacon Hill Park before sunset, and there
Mhm.
was a moment where we had come up to a field with our friends, and there was a field of wildflowers and the blue camas that comes up, and little white flowers that heads kind of droop over
Yeah.
and just hang there, like hanging there. and and in fact, what it reminded me of was, as we walked through the park, we saw um, what looked like a father and son situation, and they were on the playground, and it was as if the father was, either, we don't know who started it, who was modeling or mimicking who, but they
Yeah.
were both just hanging there like limp bodies, on with their chest on the seat of the swing chair, so that their torso, their shoulders were flopped over one side and their legs were flopped over the other,
Yeah.
and they were just practicing, like hanging loose
Yeah.
and just letting their bodies be limp. And there was this flower that was in the foreground of the field as we sat down and admiring the beauty and the sun as it was setting, coming through the trees, and the dappled lighting that comes across the meadow. And we were just soaking up the exquisiteness of this moment. And as we did, we kind of fell into a prayer circle where we were
Mhm.
sitting, knees touching knees with our legs crossed, sitting up. And then next thing you know, we're holding hands, like four adults holding hands in
Yeah.
circle
Yeah.
in this field of flowers at a beautiful Beacon Hill Park here in Victoria, British Columbia, on the lands of the Lekwungen speaking people, the Esquimalt and Songhees nations. Just there we were, these beautiful lands sitting there. And a thought occurred to me that took me out of the present moment, which was, I wonder what we look like to
Mhm.
anyone passing by. And I had a moment of self consciousness
Mhm.
because it felt like we were in ceremony
Mhm.
having a prayer circle. And so yeah, this moment of like, oh, judgment or feeling concern about um what someone might think was up. And then, as quickly as I thought the thought, I let it go.
Mhm.
And I came back to the present moment, because I'm not here to concern myself with what others think, or what it looks like, or whether or not it would make anyone uncomfortable to see four adults sitting in connection like this.
Mhm.
And I dropped back into the beauty and the connection of what we were experiencing. And it was the sweetest. And I thought, this is free. This is like free, available moments in nature, admiring the beauty, sharing it with friends, and appreciating. We were in such a state of bliss because we were in gratitude
Mhm.
for the moment and everything that was around us. And I thought, come gawk at this circle of humans in deep appreciation,
Yeah.
because it was exquisite and it filled my heart.
Mm. I can feel all that. All that. I mean, I see it, I feel it, everything. I'm sharing in that beauty with you, just, listening to you describe it right here, right now, even though, it may have taken place, yesterday, because ultimately there's only one moment now. and all the possibilities and all the realities exist as potentialities in this one moment. So thank you for sharing your moment with all of us. Yeah, exquisite. And right now is a beautiful time in and around Victoria with just the flowers in bloom on the ground, in the trees, the cherry blossoms, the rhododendrons actually in full bloom in certain places and just starting in other places, and all the teeny tiny flowers that are on the lawn attracting the bees. And there's the odd butterfly now, and the cats are playing, and the squirrels and the critters and everything. It's, yeah, it's a lovely time of year here.
It really is. It really is. There's something I want to offer in closing as we wrap up our brief little program together, and it comes from a favorite author that I've discovered in the last 3-4 years, Brianna Weiss, and it's from her first book called Saltwater, and it's really simple, and it's something I've been thinking a lot about, especially spending time with you inside the beautiful sanctuary at Victoria Truth Center, where you have been talking about letting go quite a bit. And when I think about letting go, there's this releasing, this desire of like letting go, right? So just releasing our grip on
Mm-hmm.
things. And there's a song by She Keeps Bees called Release, and it plays in my head quite a bit. And I'm putting together a performance for an embodied leadership group I've been in with Naomi Jason over on Salt Spring Island. And I've been thinking about this song, Release. And when I read this simple phrase from Brianna's book, the concept takes on a new meaning. And I've been exploring it. It's letting go is not releasing, it is allowing what already is. Yeah. And I know that's been shared with you at the Truth Center before. And this allowing what already is. So what I'm coming into awareness of is the joy of softening.
Mm-hmm.
The joy of softening into being.
Mm-hmm.
That there's nothing hard or like cutting the cord, like there's nothing that needs to be burned, even though I do enjoy rituals at various times of the year where we do releasing ceremonies. But right now, with spring coming up and the blossoming and the wood energy that is all around us, I love this softening and allowing what already is. So that is my closing share for today. How about you?
Oh, that's, you know what? I'm gonna just go with what you just shared, because the letting go in terms of, releasing and allowing, or letting go and letting, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Mm,
I so appreciate the value and the beauty of that. So thank you.
wonderful. Well, for folks tuning in, however you're tuning in, know that you can reach Lassie and I at victoriatruthcenter.org. We have an events page that lists all of the happenings going on Mondays at the end of the month and Wednesdays every week, and creativity nights on the fourth Wednesday, and a spiritual salon on the fourth Fridays. And of course, Sunday celebrates every week with a meditation and a beautiful service by Lesia, Reverend Lesia Kohut. So thank you for being here. Tune in again, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. Bye.